Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to On the Mic with Mike. It is the leading daily social business enterprise show in Central Virginia. I'm your host, Mike King, and I appreciate you being here with me. The views expressed here are mine, have no connection to, support of, or agreement with any other host, information, or ads on the station. I don't work for the station. My program just airs here on a daily basis, and I'm honored to bring the information to you. Join me as this cutting-edge show uplifts the community and showcases RVA in a different way. The sounds you're listening to are emanating from the Mike King Biz Studio, which is the global epicenter of social enterprise business. Joining us today, as always, is the man on the wheels of steel, the super producer, Al Green. And we can be reached by calling 804-778-8888. On the Mic with Mike, we highlight partnerships, people, social enterprise business, organizations, and we do touch on issues of the day every so often. To get some more information about me, you can follow me on all social platforms, Mike King Biz, or either On the Mic with Mike, RVA. We'd like to thank our show sponsor, Tom Childry, the credit card guy. If you have merchant service issues, Tom Childry is a person. He knows credit card service issues in and out. He's been doing it for 20 years or more. So Tom Childry's the guy. He is the credit card guy, 804-503-8472. He does a lot of work in the community as well. Along the way, folks, we got to pay bills. The microphone isn't free. Plus, my grandkids need stuff. So please take a listen to our sponsors and advertisers who are doing some great things. Today, ladies and gentlemen, it's a different show. It's the best program around. That's all I can say. But we got a friend of mine in the building, entrepreneur, visionary. So Sharon Oliver is here to talk with us. We also have Danielle Gilbert, who's going to be here talking HR, life, and everything in between. Plus, she's going to tell us about the Gilbert twins, who are dropping some big things out there. Heather Marie Speaks is with us as well. She just opened her new tea spot right there, and that's called Queen Bee. So Heather Marie is going to be with us today. She's going to have one with her friend of the program, Chef Tynella. Shout out to my folks from Philly out there. So, well, to get started, welcome to the program, Sharon Oliver.
Thank you so much, Mike. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. I finally made it, right?
It is. Hey, we moved up. We moved up from Chester. You know,
yes,
it's
very nice.
Okay, so Sharon Oliver, you do a number of things. CEO Magazine, you're the coolest venue in town as far as event space go. You do a lot. You know the media business in and out. Tell folks who you are, then we're going to sort of get into what I know.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
I should have given you a script.
Hey, shout out to your sister Lisa, too. You haven't seen Lisa for a while.
Yes, Lisa is doing fine. She had a wonderful, she gave my mom a kidney, as you know, and that was phenomenal. They're doing great. So I'm Sharon Oliver, a publisher here in Richmond, Virginia, and also a venue owner in Manchester Flats. And I run CEO Network pretty much. And also I'm a mom of three and sister, mother, and all of those great things.
You make people's dreams come true as far as the look and feel of things. Explain to people, so you have the magazine. What does the magazine do? We're going to go down through your lines of business.
Okay. Okay. So basically the magazine is about telling the stories of women that may not make it to the cover of Ebony or Oprah magazine. And it's basically to highlight all of their triumphs and just the things that they're doing that many people may not know. So we really highlight women in the RVA area, but also abroad that really have a challenging story that have overcome. And I just find it exciting to be able to support women who do it all, because certainly we wear a lot of hats all of the time.
That is true.
I know I do.
Yes, you do. And so, okay, so that's the magazine, event space.
Yes, okay. And so we have Club CEO, and Club CEO is our lifestyle studio, and that's perfect for micro weddings and events and brunches and things of that nature. And then we have the filming studio, which is called CEO Studios, and that's our Give Your Dreams motion. And so we have artists and photographers, filmmakers that come through that particular area. And then we have our newest space, the product studio, and that's where we do our branding and photo shots and things like that for people who sell products and services. And lastly, we have CEO Network, which is our major event space that we have. And all of that is located all right there at Manchester Flats.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever need event space, this is the woman to go to. I mean, you just can't do justice by saying it's unbelievable. I mean, it can transform into whatever it is you want it to be. Mm-hmm. People come to you to make dreams happen, mm-hmm. and you're good at that right
Thank
there.
You.
I learned a lot about this business, but shout out to our friend Nicole Reed.
Hey, Nicole.
Nicole Reed, yes. Real estate royalty. Because you
Yes.
understand from a branding standpoint. Let's talk branding for a minute. What's the number one mistake that you see a lot of people make when you look at something and you want it to look the very best? Give people a couple tidbits of information on how to do that and what do you see people doing right off the bat. You notice that a lot.
Well, sometimes I'll just see people kind of sort of how they present themselves because pretty much what you see sometimes is what you get. And sometimes I'll see or encounter people that may come to the studio and they want to do business or they have a product or service, but sometimes it may not be packaged well. Sometimes they themselves are not presenting their very best self. Sometimes the hair could be a little disheveled, something. So they don't come in looking like Nicole. And so,
Or you.
so they don't come in looking like Nicole, but also they want to be authentic, and I appreciate that. But also that's why we have stylists like Tanisha Brown and different ones in the CEO network that can kind of help groom that. Because sometimes people may not always know their style or what they're looking for. And then in the product industry, a lot of times people do not have great photos and things of that nature.
Yes, let's touch on photos for a moment.
Oh Lord.
I've taken pictures of you and Nicole. And I was warned.
Threatened?
It's a little bit closer to what it was. Mike, take your pictures down because you want to present things in a certain way. Let's talk about presentation of pictures and your image and all those things and how important it is.
Yeah, definitely. So pretty much Mike was on the set using his camera that was
a phone
at the particular time, which is perfectly fine. But, Mike was always propping himself up somewhere, like just snapping pictures. And Nicole and I was not having it because we want to be able to see and approve because what goes out there is what people see.
Yes.
And Nicole nor I are in the business of just putting out anything. Like, you're not going to see us wake up in the morning with our hair all over our heads. Like, that's not what we're going to do.
So what you're saying, ma'am, is that the pictures that I was taking with my phone of you and Nicole were not above the level quality that you guys are looking for.
Right, because we want to make sure that the pixels are strong. We want it to be HD. We want to make sure that our smile represents us. We wanted to put our best foot forward, and you were just like
Having
in the
fun.
moment.
I was in the moment.
Yeah, you were in the moment.
Yes,
And that's fine.
Yes.
Yes. But Nicole and I need you to sign a release if you're going to just be in the moment taking pictures.
So it's just easier to not put your pictures up.
Yes. Because we like to approve what goes out.
And shout out to Tara for
Yes.
Tara Michelle, she takes some great photos out there.
And she was there.
Yes.
You brought her on set, but yet
to guard against myself.
Exactly. Right.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what we do here. It's a public service announcement that says be careful what you put out there because it does matter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. What's new and exciting for Sharon Oliver? What are you working on now?
Wow. So right now I'm really working on our micro weddings because that's really big right now with COVID and people not being able to have their wedding of their dreams. So right now because we're working with the constraints of, 10 people. And so that's been going really well. Pretty much we got the newest space right after COVID, which was a leap. A huge leap because it's like, for 7 months we were pretty much like shut down. And then this opportunity came available, and me being the silly person and risk taker that I am, I decided that, let's go bigger. Why don't we go bigger?
Coming out of a pandemic, shut down for 7 months, your idea is to go bigger.
My idea is to go bigger.
Well, that when you deal with you deal with all-star talent people. And so the people who circulate through your world, whether it's the makeup people, the stylists, all those things, usually the idea, we could go bigger with the idea that we can fill this up. So you come through COVID.
Which is hard.
Yes. When you start to see that that things are starting to pick back up again for your business.
Well, what we've noticed is that people will already start to call and to make arrangements for like we have a wedding this next Thursday. We just had one. Photographers were kind of still coming through, right, because of that social distance ability. But the micro weddings, people are just, they still want that dream wedding. I remember when I got married, I went to the Justice of Peace, and I really didn't feel like I really got something special, right? The pictures were like less than perfect. But this particular thing that we've created, the micro weddings, we're still able to give them that look, that feel, that cake, that champagne. They're able to have 10 of their amazing guests. We style it out for them. They have the flowers. So they have all of those amenities that they would if they were having, a normal wedding. And it's much more affordable.
It's much more affordable. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice you're listening to, Sharon Oliver, CEO Magazine Club CEO. If you want to talk, give us a call, 804-774-8305. You're also doing radio, aren't you? There you go. You got the bug.
Yeah, that all started with you.
Mine started with Bill Eastman. Shout out to Bill Eastman and WNTW. Okay, talk about your radio program career. What are you doing? And what are you going to talk about?
Well, we started Authentically Sharon show a couple of months ago. Yeah.
COVID shut us down.
Yeah, COVID shut us down. And so then we started it back up on a Christian radio station here in Richmond.
Go ahead. Well, you can go ahead and say who it is. Or, okay, it's up to you.
So we just recently started that. And so we're going back up on back in February, the second week of February. And then we're going to do Love Plus One, which is all things Love Plus One. We have an amazing relationship coach that's going to be there. His name is Sharon. So we'll be co-hosting the show together. So I'm really excited about that.
Okay, the name Authentically Sharon. I always like that name.
Yeah, so we're going to be changing it because he's a relationship coach. So we're going to be doing Love Plus One. So we're really going to be talking about relationships and all types of relationships, family dynamics.
Good enough. Times 120 on the mic with Mike. Sharon Oliver here. We got to go away for a moment. We'll be back in just a moment. Thanks now.
Hi, I'm Tom Childry, the credit card guy with Beyond. I believe it should not be confusing or expensive for your business to accept credit cards. As a social enterprise business advocate, my mission gets you paid faster with fair rates, helping your business grow. We can be contacted at area code 804-503-8472, 804-503-8472, or at getbeyond.com. Again, I'm Tom Childry, the credit card guy. Quick, easy collect. We make it easier than you expect.
Yes, this is Dontrese Brown. We're Brown Baylor. We are a creative strategy marketing agency down in Shockoe Bottom. We make history by curating experiences that matter. Please follow us on all of our social media, The Brown Baylor. You can also follow us on our website, brownbaylor.com.
Brown Baylor, hidden in plain sight. Sponsors of the On the Mic with Mike Swagger music series. Hear brand new stars every Friday at 2 p.m. only On the Mic with Mike and WJFN, 92.7 and 100.5 FM.
Are you tired of dating online? Bloom Matchmaking offers a safe and effective alternative. Every match is vetted and background checked. Bloom Matchmaking offers a personalized experience just for you. Check us out at bloommatchmaking.com or give us a call at 804-205-5063. Let Bloom take the stress out of dating. Mention On the Mic with Mike and receive 20% off. That number again is 804-205-5063. Bloom Matchmaking, where love grows.
Hi, Chef Michelle here of Mama Michelle's Cafe, home of the Soul Rolls, located at 10811 Hull Street Road. Give us a call at 804-912-1644 or order online at mamachells.com. Ask about our off-site catering options as well as our online ordering through Grubhub, Uber Eats, and DoorDash. Follow us on all social media at Mama Michelle's Cafe. That's Mama Michelle's, Soul south of the James. Mention Mike on the mic and get a free dessert on us. Special rules apply.
Do you want a crystal clear picture of your finances? Dial 804-601-0532 and schedule your free financial review with Crystal Clear Financial Solutions. Find us online at crystalclearfinancialsolutions.com.
Oh, hello. I'm Louise Keaton from the Whistle Stop Theater Company. You're listening to On the Mic with Mike.
Every day.
At 1 p.m. Cheers.
Mike King isn't a businessman. He's a businessman with his own talk show. On the Mic with Mike, the best business radio program in the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike. The time is 1:23. I'm losing my voice. Sorry about that. Alrighty, 1:24 is the time. On the Mic with Mike. We're here daily, 1 to 3 p.m. WJFN Radio. Tomorrow, we have Sudan and New. Mr. Green, can we get the promo? Okay, thank you. That is live radio, ladies and gentlemen.
Did he say not right now?
Not right now. That's why he's producing this show, and I'm just
over here talking.
Exactly. I'm not sure how,
not right now.
Not sure how things work. So Sharon Oliver, let's talk about the magazine. How has COVID changed the magazine, or has it changed it any?
Yeah, it definitely has. Like right now, we're gearing up to really do more of a digital platform, because we really, like right now, I have news stories that we've just are kind of going out. So we're kind of like going out and really doing videos and getting stories. And I have the pleasure, like, of next week, I'm talking to, her name is Mary, and she's classified as what we classify as little people, right? And she's been kind of in her house for ever since COVID happened. She's a school teacher, so she does everything virtually. So it's going to be kind of cool going to her space and seeing, she says, you know, she's kind of a little person living in a huge, big world with a big problem, which is COVID. And she's so positive, but everything is like just miniature. You know, she sent me pictures yesterday, and she was saying, you know, us being, you know, in the average height, we don't understand what someone 3 foot tall would, you know, relate to. Now, Mike, you're a little short, but you know.
Ow. Did she really have to go there? That's like Mike Lee calling people little people. I have to let you. Okay. So
well, let's see.
Yes.
And she refers to little people, but what's the correct?
I don't know. What is the correct?
I know it's not midget.
No, don't be saying stuff when I don't want people coming looking for me.
No, it's not. So that's what I'm saying. I want to correctly address it.
Is it little people?
I'm not sure if it's little people. I know the show is called Little People, I think.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is what we do. It's a public service. That's what we do here. Sharon Oliver is going to be our correspondent.
No.
She's going to go out and make sure that we know the correct term, because we don't want to offend anybody.
We do not.
We don't want to.
Do not send me any emails, messages, because
don't start showing up at the station looking for me, because I'm going to tell you, Sharon Oliver is not here. You know, I want to
apologize right now.
Yes. So if you're in your car and you fit that description, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to, you know.
I should have looked that up before I apologize, because I don't want to offend anyone.
You find out from the person you're interviewing what they would like to be called.
Yes,
and
that's very important in media to know how people want to be referred to. So anyway, with that said, everything is miniature. Okay?
Yes.
The tub, the door, you know, so we're going to really go in there. We're going to kind of sort of do like a part one, just talking to her. Because like what she was saying, we're in our homes, eating popcorn, doing all these great things. And it's just a challenge for her being, you know,
little,
right?
Man, I'm going to get off of this, lady.
Yeah, let's move on. Yeah. So, so to answer your question, so we're going out and we're going to be doing lots and lots of videos. So it'll be more of a video platform.
Okay, you find out, you see what this is called. This is called social distancing, but it's not just social distancing. I'm putting some space between me and you, just in case.
Okay, look. That's why Al could be looking right now on his computer to see what is politically correct, because what we do not want to do is offend. I know I do not.
Thank you very much.
And I'm not really sure. And I know
you're not sure about what? That you don't want to offend anybody?
I don't know. I'm sure. I'm not sure what the correct terminology is, okay? So Al is looking it up, okay?
What?
Okay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the program is on the mic with Mike. We're here daily 1 to 3.
I don't even know what to start looking up.
WJFN, the super producer Al Green. So if you happen to know the correct term of what people, because we are inclusive on this program.
Yes.
Sharon Oliver, how can people find you?
Yes, they can find me on
Not
Facebook.
here, that's for sure.
You know what? They can find me on Mike King. I'm here every day at 9 a.m. Okay.
So when the protesters are outside with the picket signs, I'm going to be like, you're looking for Sharon Oliver. She's not here today.
Mike, the people know our hearts, right?
Yes.
And you've said way more offensive things, I'm sure, than... I'm sorry, was I not supposed to say that? You should have briefed me before.
You didn't get the talking points.
I did not. So anyway, they can find me on social media, Facebook at Sharon Oliver, and on Instagram, SharonOliver_TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sharon Oliver, friend of the program. We go way back. And like I said, if you want to have an event, she's the person. She built some dope websites, too. Mm-hmm. All you folks see Mike King, you see mine. People love that.
Oh, good. That's Alan.
That's Alan. Shout out to your man, Alan. He does some great work.
Yes.
All right, ladies. Little people. It is little people.
Oh, it is little people.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Sharon Oliver has been here. We'd like to thank her for her time. Make sure you follow her and support, friend of the program. So we'll be on the other side. We're going to talk to Danielle Gilbert.
Okay.
Sharon, thanks. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, take care now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
My fellow Americans, John Fredericks here. Across our nation, people are working day and night to destroy our Second Amendment. We can no longer sit idle. What will we pass down to our children? Our Second Amendment is the only thing that guarantees our freedoms. Once our gun rights are gone, the rest follows. History dictates. It's up to us whether our children grow up in a free country or a foreign country. Here at Peacekeepers Apparel, we watch all 50 states and donate to nonprofit organizations such as the Virginia Citizens Defense League that have teams of pro-Second Amendment lawyers that challenge these infringements. Our Bill of Rights affirms that our rights are God-given and cannot be dismantled. Our right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, period. We must not be divided as gun owners. We must stand as one body. Join the fight and become a peacekeeper at peacekeepersapparel.com. Check out our awesome products and know that a portion of each sale goes towards combating tyranny. That's peacekeepersapparel.com, P-I-E-C-E.
Happy Thursday, I'm Kiara Johnson with your WJFN 100.5 FM weather report brought to you by Dominion Energy. Richmond, sunny today, high 56. For your tonight, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally clear, low near 30. Charlottesville, abundant sunshine, high 56 degrees. Tonight, a few clouds, low around 30 degrees. Fredericksburg, partly cloudy skies, high around 55. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, 28 degrees. This has been your weather report. Please visit dominionenergy.com.
Ponder this. There's much concern in today's COVID world about containing the virus and avoiding the spread. We are told to wear masks in public, to keep at least 6 feet between us, and to avoid crowds. If we all comply, we will not contract the virus, or so we're told. The fear of this contagion has been embedded in our every breath. We are told if we don't comply, we may be a super spreader. Imagine being ground zero for the spreading of this virus to many others at one event. Not masking, not social distancing, and socializing within a crowded event. This is the kind of popularity that most of us want to avoid. But the good news is that the Lord wants us to be super spreaders of another kind. He wants us to be super spreaders of His Word and the message of His gospel. That's right. Become a super spreader of the gospel. To do this, you must know the Lord and His Word intimately. This requires daily reading of sacred scripture and prayer. Become one of the Lord's super spreaders today. I'm Susie Kelly, and I am passionately Catholic.
Hey guys, this is Robin with DB Arcade Commercial Video and Photography. If you need creative visual content for social media or traditional advertising, then we're the team you want working for you. We create custom ROI-driven videos and photography for your business, no matter what products or services you offer. We've worked with local newspapers, gyms, real estate agents, financial advisors, clothing companies, restaurants, and more. For more information, check us out on our website at db-arcade.com.
Hi, Chef Michelle here of Mama Chef Cafe, home of the Soul Rolls, located at 10811 Whole Street Road. Give us a call at 804-912-1644 or order online at mamachef.com. Ask about our off-site catering options as well as our online ordering through Grubhub, Uber Eats, and DoorDash. Follow us on all social media at Mama Chef Cafe. That's Mama Chef's, Soul south of the James. Mention Mike on the mic and get a free dessert on us. Special rules apply.
Hey everyone, it's Heather Marie Van Cleve with Heather Marie Speaks, and I'm on the mic with Mike on WJFN Radio Thursdays from 2 to 2:30 p.m., bringing encouragement, education, and empowerment for mental health awareness with a little bit of fashion infused. Join me every Thursday from 2 to 2:30. I'll see you then.
When Heather Marie speaks, you should be listening. On the Mic with Mike, weekdays 1 to 3 on WJFN 92.7 and 100.5 FM.
Yes, this is Dontrice Brown with Brown Baylor, proud sponsors of the Swagger Series. Please feel free to follow us on our social media channels, The Brown Baylor. You can also visit us on our website, brownbaylor.com, and you can follow us on our most recent project, Hidden in Plain Sight, SITE.org.
Brown Baylor, Hidden in Plain Sight, sponsors of the On the Mic with Mike Swagger music series. Hear brand new stars every Friday at 2 p.m. only on the Mic with Mike and WJFN, 92.7 and 100.5 FM.
Thank you, attorneys Justin Lauder and Chris Gatewood at Threshold Counsel PC for sponsoring this program. They offer startup, business, and intellectual property services for innovative and growing organizations. You can find them online at threshold.cc.
You are now listening to the voice of Sudan Anu, aka Real True Poet, the People's DJ. And this Friday, I will be on the mic with Mike, the great Mike King, the partnership guru. And if you want to tune in, just go on and hit that dial on that 100.5 and then 92.7 FM. And remember, this is the best business station that VA has to offer, where poets and DJs are always welcome.
Mike is Mike from Michael Mike. From the Michael Mike. Michael Mike. My name is Isabella and you're listening to Mike King Biz. Hubby, that's my scam.
I need. Oh, I thought you was gonna give me a cue or something. I didn't know we just randomly just say, Danielle, I need you to speak.
Ladies and gentlemen, the program is On the Mic with Mike. It is 1:37. Danielle Gilbert is here. The way radio works is, Danielle Gilbert, this is talk radio.
We got jokes today? Jokes today?
Hey, I'm just having a ball being here, just a humble public servant. Ladies and gentlemen, our HR expert, Danielle Gilbert, is here. Entrepreneur, the shepherd of the movement called the Gilbert Twins.
Yes.
You know, who are breaking news. Danielle Gilbert today is here. You said we're going to talk about inclusion.
So we're going to get the letters right, the acronym right. It's diversity, equity, and inclusion. So DEI.
Oh, that's what it is these days?
Yeah, that's what we are calling it these days.
Okay. So give folks a little bit of your background. That way they know when you're dropping nuggets of knowledge, they know who you are with the firepower.
And you just didn't find me on the corner?
Exactly. Because I know, now I have been known to pull some folks in off the street because in a pinch. But no, you got the credentials.
Yes. So great evening. what is it, 137 on this,
137.
on
Yes.
this Thursday. So you have Danielle Gilbert. I'm Danielle Gilbert with the owner of Manifesting You Consulting firm that's here in Richmond, Virginia. We service other states as well. But what our firm does is we elevate, evaluate, and equip small to medium-sized companies with HR tools to help them avoid risk, minimize lawsuits, and save them thousands of money. And we do that through organizational assessments, training and development, HR consultancy. We give it all to you. We are a foundation to helping small and medium-sized companies excel when it comes to human resources.
And you are a serial entrepreneur.
I am a serial entrepreneur. I do many things, but today what we're going to focus on is HR, right?
That's HR. And so we got to get the acronyms correct. That's sort of like the industry standard now.
Yeah.
That's how people are. Is that newish?
So it's evolving, right? So before, every company, people called it diversity and inclusion, right? But now the way that things are changing and is constantly evolving, and especially with the recent things that's happening in the world, we're not going to go back to what we were last Thursday, right?
No, we're not done.
We done with that, right?
Shout out to Chad out there.
Yeah, Chad.
We're not talking about that. Okay.
So the way that things are evolving, more companies now are trying to find ways to evolve their diversity, equity, and inclusion program, making sure that it exists if it doesn't. Thinking about how to develop and making sure that their environment is inclusive.
So and I would guess that businesses that go from one person, they hire an employee, all of a sudden they're in need of a policy because
It could be, but not necessarily, because if you do it right, and if you had Danielle on your team, you will already have that policy in place.
And how can people find Danielle so that they can be compliant right from the get-go?
They can find Danielle at manifestingyou.com, on all social media platforms, Manifesting You.
Okay, so DEI.
DEI.
Let's start with the D. Let's talk about sort of the high level, the ins and outs. What can get people in trouble with the D, and how can they stay out of trouble?
So when you think about diversity, you're really thinking about the obvious things that we talk about, right? We're thinking about our race. We're thinking about the age, right? Oh, shout out to you because you over the age of 40 and you're protected.
See, what can I get away with? Because do I get extra because I just turned 61? I'm like really protected.
You don't get no extra. It's just that it's an age discrimination act, and anybody over the age of 40 and you're a minority, you're protected.
Man.
So just because you're 60, you can be 91.
And I'm not getting any more.
No extra benefits. That's not what we do.
Oh.
Unless you want to go to the Capitol and you can put a bill on the floor and get it changed.
Danielle Gilbert, she'll be running for office in the upcoming election because she's just a trailblazer. I thought I was going to get extra. Like I got something at 40, a little bit more, it's 50. I get the whole
shebang.
Okay, nothing, no shebangs. Okay, so diversity, age-wise.
Yes, age, race, religion, all of those things. Things that can get you in trouble when you think about diversity. And let me also say this, right? Diversity is not just about the obvious things that we can see, right? When you think about diversity, it can also be your skill set. It can also be, your diversity of thought. What are you bringing to the table? So it's not, and so that's another thing that a lot of individuals get caught up on is that, diversity is about age, race, religion, sex, and no, it goes far beyond that. So when you think about diversity, think beyond what we obviously can see.
Okay.
Okay? Because you got a skill set in radio, and I have a skill set in many things.
Yes, you do. So wait a second, Al. Did you just hear how she just dropped that? Oh, so you got that radio thing, but me on the other hand, I got
No shade. No shade. No shade.
Shade was taken.
Don't do that.
Okay, thank you. All right, so fine. Okay, so you're talented, and I always say, you're not a paper chaser. You don't chase money.
Oh no, we don't chase money.
Well,
that's not what we do.
Money magnets.
We affirm and we manifest that the money is going to flow to us easily and effortlessly.
Wow, that sounds like a political stump speech right there to me. That sounds like you're ready to start running.
Where's our buddy Jimmy anyway?
No, we can't. No, we are not talking about Jimmy Stump. Shout out to Jimmy Stump today.
Jimmy. Hello, Danielle, looking for you.
Danielle, shout out to Jimmy Stump, friend. He's going to be doing a breast cancer awareness thing with our friend Heather Marie Speaks. Yes. So people just circulate through my world. I'm just grateful. Okay, so that's the D. Mm-hmm. What's next? The E.
It's equity, right? So it's dealing with removing your barriers out of the way so that there's an equitable way that people can be able to get access to training and development, maybe opportunities that would not normally be presented to them.
Okay.
Right? So it's removing. So like, it's, if you actually Google DEI, and there's a great picture, and there are many different
I
versions
know
of
picture
it.
you're going to go to.
Which one am I going to go
The
to?
kid standing on the box.
Yes.
Yes.
So you saw how they removed the barriers, right?
Yes.
To give people equal opportunity.
So give people an idea of, I know exactly where you're going. Give people an idea of that picture so they can put it in their mind's eye.
We're going to have to put that out on your social media
Okay,
platform.
so ladies, that will be out on social media. We will show that.
Yeah, I think that's important, right? So when we do our tags and we repost, we need to post that picture, because what that clearly shows us is that everyone can have an opportunity, right? Right?
Yes.
You can have an opportunity. I can have an opportunity, like you've given me the opportunity to be here on your radio station, right? But when I come here, there may be things that are preventing me to excel,
Okay.
to deliver. And so your job, right, if I worked for you and you said, Danielle, come in here and do this radio station, is to remove those barriers so that I have the same equal opportunity access that someone else, like Heather, who's going to be on too, she's a magnet, right? She's
Right.
amazing. So how could I get to the point where I'm able to come in here with all of the tools and resources and be just as successful as a Heather?
Okay.
Right? So it's removing those barriers, giving people full access.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's one of the things that always looked at from an HR perspective, that people think that if you have a problem with management or a problem with a person, you're going to go to HR.
Mm-hmm.
I always looked at it and said, HR is the company.
Really?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Maybe because you are the HR lady, you don't look at it that way. HR is not there to help the worker. HR is there to, now this is me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not an expert, but HR seems to be there to help and protect the company.
I would say
And
yes.
ultimately, in the end, when you're there, a friend of mine wanted to, I lived in State College, and a friend of mine who worked there, well, we weren't really friends, but he wanted to go out and hang and sort of pursue the friendship.
Mm-hmm.
And I was always leery, because if I'm hanging out with you, am I hanging out with you, friend A, or the HR guy?
You probably want to hang out with friend A.
Well, friend A and the HR guy are the same person.
Oh, so you can't hang out with...
Right, because where does the friend guy end and the HR person start?
Yeah, that's good. So you about to test my brain, right?
Yeah. That's why when we come here, that's why regardless of the look, we ask the tough questions here.
I see. So this is what I say about everything that you just stated. When you think about HR is definitely there to protect the organization, right? As I state, what my firm particularly does is we are going to help you minimize the risk, avoid the lawsuits, right? And part of that is making sure that the organization is in compliant. You're dealing with the employee relations issues that come up. You're dealing with conflict of interest. You're dealing with talent, recruiting, hiring, compensation, benefits. You're dealing with all of the basics.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, we are there to advise, coach, and help the leaders interpret the policies and procedures that's set forth for them to follow. But also, what I do differently in HR is I'm also there to help the employee. And let me tell you what I mean by that.
Okay.
There's times even in my corporate world, my corporate life, employees will come to me with problems, right? It could be as simple as they can't get to work on time because their car broke down. They could be going through a domestic violence situation. It could be a number of things. They could not be making enough money. So my job is to coach and advise them to say, okay, if you're not making enough money, let's see how we can elevate you and help you either get another certification or find another role that's going to fit your skill set that may pay you more money. It could be a domestic violence situation, advising them to go to an employee assistance program if the organization has it. If not, giving them resources. So it's not all about just protecting the organization. It's also helping the employees, because if you take care of your employees, you're going to keep them.
That is true. That's true. Ladies and gentlemen, times 148. Danielle Gilbert is here, HR expert to the stars. She's here helping your business. So if you'd like to talk to her, give us a shout, 804-778-8888. We got to go away for a moment. We'll be back on the other side.
Hi, I'm Tom Childry, the credit card guy with Beyond. I believe it should not be confusing or expensive for your business to accept credit cards. As a social enterprise business advocate, my mission gets you paid faster with fair rates, helping your business grow. We can be contacted at area code 804-503-8472, 804-503-8472, or at getbeyond.com. Again, I'm Tom Childry, the credit card guy. Quick, easy collect. We make it easier than you expect.
Hanley Watches is the must-have, stylish, comfortable, and versatile timepiece for the person who values quality. Hanley offers sophisticated, modern designs that inspires confidence and generates conversation. Contact us today for the On the Mic with Mike promo. Hanley Watches is the official timepiece of Mike King Biz and On the Mic with Mike. Connect with us at HanleyWatches.com today.
HANDLEY, HanleyWatches.com.
This is Candace Dion. Make sure you tune into Discussions with Dion every Monday at 2 p.m., where we talk inspiration, motivation, natural health, fitness, and life. You can find me at Dancing with Dion, D-I-O-N, dancingwithdion.com, and Candace Dion on Facebook and Instagram.
Talking about being your best. Discussions with Dion. Mondays on the Mic with Mike. Here on WJFN 92.7 and 100.5 FM.
Are you tired of dating online? Bloom Matchmaking offers a safe and effective alternative. Every match is vetted and background checked. Bloom Matchmaking offers a personalized experience just for you. Check us out at bloommatchmaking.com or give us a call at 804-205-5063. Let Bloom take the stress out of dating. Mention On the Mic with Mike and receive 20% off. That number again is 804-205-5063. Bloom Matchmaking, where love grows.
Welcome to Miss Gurley's, conveniently located at 4809 Parker Street in the heart of Fulton. We take food back to the basics, just like our grandmother, Gurley Frances Crump, used to do it, the way we've always done it. So grab your family, grab your friends, and come taste a little bit of home. Open for business 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
Thank you, attorneys Justin Lauder and Chris Gatewood at Threshold Counsel PC for sponsoring this program. They offer startup, business, and intellectual property services for innovative and growing organizations. You can find them online at threshold.cc.
I enjoy listening to On the Mic with Mike every day at 1 p.m.
That's what I do!
Hello, we are back on the Mic with Mike. Look, I missed the cue, huh? See, I told
you were ready. I understand. You know, excited. I get excited coming to radio here, talking to these wonderful people. And your name is?
Danielle Gilbert with Manifesting You Consulting, an HR firm here in the Richmond, Virginia area, where we elevate, evaluate, and equip small to medium-sized companies with HR tools to avoid lawsuits, minimize risk, and save them money.
Okay, so business owners who are out there, so we've covered. Okay, recap again, DEI.
Yeah, so we were talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion. So we've discussed the D and the E, and now we're going to discuss the I, which is inclusion.
So but this is just a side note because my brain sort of goes, there is another DEI that's out there. And so for all my NASCAR fans out there who are Oh, NASCAR fans, it's Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. It's a race. Okay, but
we not see. Look, we gonna try to keep it cool and calm today, right? Because last Thursday you had me turned up,
yes,
and I had to.
I was trying. You know, a person just wanted to be heard. But when you said DEI, for all the race fans out there, they understand. So shout out to the folks at DEI.
See, that's why we appreciate you, right? Because you threw that in there and it just went so well together. Like, and I appreciate that, right? Because now that we're talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion, it's important to include everyone.
That is.
I love it.
That's why I have you here. And the people that I feel pretty good about myself now. You know, people circulating through my world are pretty, you know, they just wrap that up in a ball there. Thank you very much. Okay, can we get back to inclusion?
Yeah, so what we were talking about was literally how the world is constantly changing. And one of the things that I have been receiving calls about is how do organizations, companies improve their DEI program, and how do they establish one? So we talked about the diversity, talked about the D, we talked about equity, and now we're going to talk about inclusion. So when we think about inclusion, it's making sure that everyone's voice is heard, right? How are we including people? So when you're able to bring diversity, equity, and the I, which is inclusion, together, you then begin to have an inclusive environment, because you're not only getting rid of the obvious things that we talked about, like the race. We're not looking at race. We're not looking at age. We're not looking at religion. But what we're doing is we are looking at the skill set that someone brings to your organization. We're removing the barriers so that they have access to opportunities. And then we're making sure that all the voices at the table or in the organization are being heard.
So the D and the E really take us to the I, to the inclusion part, because we've addressed diversity, we've addressed the E, which is
equity.
Okay, thank you. That's called a senior citizen moment.
It's okay.
And then,
but you're 61, so I can understand, right?
Yeah, but I'm a spry 61.
I love it.
You don't believe the hype. But then we're making an inclusive environment that people feel good and are. Please talk to the listeners about, from a business standpoint, why this is important.
So it's important on many levels. And, you know, when I think about the I, it's making sure that you have a diversity or diverse thought of opinion, right? You're listening to everyone at the table, right? And when you do that, and when you feel like you're part of that organization and the organization is listening and hearing you, you feel that you are part of that organization, right? You feel like you're part of something that's bigger than you. So not only will that help you keep down your turnover rate, right? You're going to be able to retain high quality talent within your organization, because you're not leaving people out. You're taking all of it in. You're listening. You're allowing those skill sets to be utilized throughout the organization. And you're giving people the ability to elevate, to expand, to develop, to grow.
So you can explain to our listeners why it's from a business owner standpoint, what they get with you. Because, you know, the income, you know, revenue's down, you know, things are tight. People may not have in their budget for a full-time Danielle Gilbert, a full-time HR person. Talk about the fractional part and the fix that you offer.
Definitely. So Manifesting You Consulting, hiring our firm, what you get is a designated HR person. So instead of you having to pay benefits and a salary, you are able to hire me as on a retainer. You can hire me to come in and do a la carte services such as a handbook, policies, or to even come in and say, hey, can you help me with this investigation? So you're saving money by not having to pay a salary or benefits as an HR consultant.
And for you, how many hours is it on a monthly basis? Like, how does it typically work for you that you really can help the business the best way?
Definitely. So it's, as we say in HR, it depends.
There you go. Okay.
Right?
It's never good when a person comes out with that one.
You know why it depends?
Well, it depends on my problem.
It depends on your problem, right? But every company is different, right? Okay. You may have only 5 employees, where another client or another company may have 50 employees, right? So the level of services are going to vary based on the company. Because
Gotcha.
you may have already started and built a foundation and you need someone to come in and to maintain it,
Okay.
which is different than someone who doesn't have anything in place.
They're just starting off.
Yeah. They're just hiring people and say, come on in, I'm going to pay you, give you a 1099, you're going to be a contractor, and I'm going to let you do your thing. Or you can be an employee and you don't have no benefits set up, you don't have a policy, you don't have no handbook, you don't have anything in place.
Okay. Really quick, we got about a minute and a half. What are some companies that a person would say they do HR right? Like people would say, wow, that's a great place. Does anything come to mind?
There are some companies out there that do it right. There are larger corporations that do it right. On a smaller scale, because I focus on small and medium-sized companies, I'm not going to say that there's anyone who does it 100% right, because if so, they wouldn't need me or HR.
Okay, that is true. But things are changing so much that the business owner can't keep up with the changing regulations. Like you dropped on us the whole CARES Act thing. You know, that there are a lot of people, I'm sure, that they didn't know that, and they were still going on the idea of that. Really quickly, let people know how they can find you once again.
You can find me on all social media platforms at Manifest in You, or you can contact me through my website, www.manifestingyou.com. This is Danielle Gilbert with Manifest in You Consulting.
Ladies and gentlemen, so I posted up a picture, myself, Danielle Gilbert, the Gilbert twins, C.J. Walker and Tracy Lynn.
I love it.
I roll with rock stars, and that's what they are. The Gilbert twins coming up, you know.
Next Thursday.
There you go.
Next Thursday.
Promises, promises, like the song says. Ladies and gentlemen, Danielle Gilbert, the best around HR expert. Make sure you support her. That way she'll keep your business out of hot water. Up next, we have Heather. Heather Reed Speaks. She's talking with my Philly partner, Chef Ty. We'll be back. Thanks now.
This is WJFN Goochland, WJFN Chester, 100.5 FM, 92.7 FM, and AM 820.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott. Washington, D.C. is going into lockdown mode ahead of next week's presidential inauguration. White House correspondent Greg Clugston with that report.
Amid concerns of planned violence leading up to President-elect Biden's swearing-in ceremony next Wednesday, security is being beefed up in the nation's capital. All through downtown, fencing is going up, subway stations are closing, and National Guard troops are on duty after the FBI warned of armed protests. And authorities have announced that the entire National Mall will be closed on Inauguration Day. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Also at townhall.com, Harvard law professor Alan Dershowitz is calling out the U.S. Congress. Speaking to the Salem Radio Network, Dershowitz says the House violated several laws with Wednesday's impeachment vote.
They violated the First Amendment. They violated the impeachment clauses of the Constitution. They violated the 25th Amendment. They violated the Bill of Attainder clause of the Constitution. They broke the record. No Congress in history has ever been more above the law than this Congress.
Harvard professor Alan Dershowitz. The number of people seeking unemployment aid soared last week to 965,000.
It's the most since late August, and evidence that the resurgent virus has caused a spike in layoffs. The latest figures from the Labor Department remain at levels never seen until the virus struck. Before the pandemic, weekly applications typically numbered around 225,000. After declining over the summer, weekly claims have been stuck above 700,000 since September.
Correspondent Jeremy House. Last spring, after nationwide shutdowns took effect, applications for jobless benefits spiked nearly 7 million. Nearly 7 million. That's 10 times the previous record high. Stocks ticking higher. The Dow up 93 points. The NASDAQ 36 higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 3388 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 3388. Enjoy.
A California coalition is proposing legislation to boost taxes on wealthy multinational corporations to raise more than $2 billion a year to end homelessness.
Supporters say the measure would reinvent the state's approach to solving homelessness. They said that it would provide an ongoing state funding source for the first time to get people off the streets. The bill would raise the corporate income tax from 8.84% to 9.6% on corporations that make more than $5 million in annual profits in California. The California Taxpayer Association says it would contribute to the state's reputation of being hostile to business. Keith Peters reporting.
Some U.S. companies offering financial incentives to encourage their workers to get the COVID vaccination shots. Dollar General is one of the first, saying it will give employees the equivalent of 4 hours of pay if they get the vaccine. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. China's President Xi Jinping has asked the former president of Starbucks to help revive trade and bilateral ties with the U.S. and Beijing.
After a year of difficult relations between Washington and Beijing, Mr. Xi might be signaling a desire to restart ties between the world's two biggest economies. He told Starbucks honorary chairman, the billionaire Howard Schultz, that Beijing would provide a broader space for companies from all over the world, including the U.S., to develop in China. Starbucks has established a profitable business in China that maintains good relations with the communist leadership.
BBC correspondent Celia Hatton. The UN's atomic watchdog agency says that Iran has informed it that the country has begun installing equipment for the production of uranium metal, which would be another violation of the landmark nuclear deal with world powers. More on these stories at townhall.com. I'm John Scott.
Attention business owners, we know cash is tight. The Barter Authority has been in business for over 40 years, helping companies save cash and increase sales. IRS approved, trade transactions are treated like cash and reported on a 1099-B. Find out if professional bartering is right for your company. Call them today at 757-622-4242 or visit them at thebarterauthority.com. That's 757-622-4242. Purchase Bill Meacham's book, SmarterCompaniesBarter.com.
Feel the hot new reels and cool cash at Rosie's Gaming Emporium. Are you ready for added excitement, more ways to win, and bigger payouts? Then stop into your favorite Rosie's and check out our all-new machines where jackpot pools start at $100,000. Don't miss the next level of jackpots, new ways to win, and big-time payouts. Only at Rosie's Gaming Emporium.
Stop by and win today or click rosiesgaming.com for more info. rosiesgaming.com.
Since 2004, men choose Andro 400 for one reason: results.
It has really worked. I've lost 35 pounds. It's just unbelievable. I never lost weight like that easily in my life.
Congratulations, Stephen, on losing 35 pounds. Now, listen to Leonard's results.
So when I went to my doctor, I was telling him about your product, Andro 400, and he said that it was okay for me to take it. So I started taking it. I just came back from the doctor yesterday. I'm down to 190 from 236, and he told me to continue to doing what I'm doing.
Outstanding, Leonard, losing 46 pounds. Guys, if achieving results like losing belly fat, gaining energy, and improving testosterone levels are what you're looking for, then get Andro 400. We guarantee the results. Start today and get free shipping. Go to andro400.com. andro400.com. andro400.com.
Where quality business information is needed. We bring you On the Mic with Mike, the leading social enterprise business show in RVA. Join Mike King, the partnership guru, daily at 1 p.m. on WJFN 100.5 FM, 92.7 FM, and 820 a.m. as he delivers game changers in Metro RVA. On the Mic with Mike showcases how business can help make society better. He discusses tech, culture, innovation, best business practices, and highlighting area nonprofits. Join Mike at 1 p.m. Monday through Friday, because it is the place where the best and brightest come to chat.
Hey everyone, it's Heather Marie Van Cleve with Heather Marie Speaks, and I'm on the mic with Mike on WJFN Radio Thursdays from 2 to 2:30 p.m., bringing encouragement, education, and empowerment for mental health awareness with a little bit of fashion infused. Join me every Thursday from 2 to 2:30. I'll see you then.
When Heather Marie speaks, you should be listening. On the Mic with Mike, weekdays 1 to 3 on WJFN 92.7 and 100.5 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, at times 2:08. That means it is time for
the Heather Marie Speaks radio talk show.
Heather Marie Speaks. How are you?
I'm great, Mike. How are you?
Pretty good. So, all right, Heather, let folks know who you are, what you do. I know, but 2 or 3 people out there don't know.
Yeah, sounds good. This is Heather Marie Van Cleve. I am Heather Marie Speaks. Speaks is not my last name. It's just what I do. And I am here on location at Queen Bee and Company, my newest venture. But I guess we got to mute that a little bit because we got.
Yes, there you go.
Sorry,
Thank
everybody.
you. Okay.
We're here on location, not at the studio. So if you're listening on the radio, 100.5 FM, 92.7 FM, or 820 AM, we're also streaming on social media platforms all over the place here at the Tea Room. But I am a motivational speaker with a little bit of fashion infused. I talk about mental health awareness. That is my platform. And I love to spotlight different people in the community that are making a difference in the world, that are moving and shaking. So today I have an amazing guest here with me, Chef Ty, who was a chef at the White House. She has her own cooking show. We met this weekend from a Boss Babes event, and it was a divine connection. I'm so excited to have met her because it was definitely a true friendship just getting ready to bloom and blossom. But she was doing so many amazing things. Her food was incredible, and just wanted to make sure that I spotlight her on my platforms, the Community Spotlight and the radio. So I'm excited to have her on the air with me. Welcome, Chef Ty.
Hello, guys. I hope you can all hear me. This is so new for me to be, like, on the radio but on the phone.
Yeah.
So I hate to use it, but I am West Philadelphia, born and raised.
On the playground is where I spent most of my days.
Showing all message.
Okay, one second.
Mike's chiming in. Hang on.
Can you guys mute completely what you guys got going on there, because we can't. The listeners are.
Gotcha. I don't think we have anything up now. Is the app still running?
How about now?
Is that better?
Al is looking, saying. Are you on a speaker?
No.
Headset?
No speakerphone, no headset.
Okay. Sorry, Chef Ty, hello.
Two of the phones?
Do you want me to just talk from one phone?
Yes.
Okay. I'll hang up my phone and
Yep,
we'll just
we'll
go
just
back
pass
and
the
forth.
phone back and forth. Welcome to live radio, everybody.
That's for sure. Working things out, working the kinks out as we go along.
Yes,
so
we
it
are.
is also Chef Ty she may be new to radio, but she's definitely not new to TV.
She is not new to TV, so I'm going to pass the phone over to her so she can talk and hear you on the other side. And give me just a second.
All righty.
Okay. Is this better?
That's better.
All right. So for what was your question? Because I wasn't. I didn't.
We got to let people know who Chef Ty is. You got a lot of things going on, so let people know who you are.
So I am Chef Ty. I am one part of a husband and wife team that owns TNR Catering. We have since COVID hit formed a DBA called Common Sense Cuisines, where under that umbrella we will be having spices come out. We'll have we have spices, we have hot sauces, a barbecue sauce, a e-cookbook, and what else? And our food truck.
Shout out to you guys with the food truck. And the food truck is going to roll out.
The food truck will be rolling out at the middle of February, so right after Valentine's Day.
Okay.
So after you get all your boo loving and everything, we'll be able to feed you right after.
And you said boo loving.
I said yes, I did.
Okay, thank you. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I'll just leave it. I would just leave it there.
So you love on the person that you're with.
Okay, so You also do a lot. You're a TV star as well, correct?
Yes, I have my own cooking show.
Okay, and the name of that is?
From the Bottom of the Pot.
Okay. Can you explain the bottom of the pot to the folks who may not be down or understanding of that?
The bottom of the pot, if you are in the cooking industry, that's where you find fond.
Excuse me, what did you say?
You find what's called fond, F-O-N-D.
Fond.
It is, right, it's the juicy bits, the part that you scrape up in order to bring life to your dish.
Al, did you know that? Fond.
Fond.
We both know it's stuff you scrape. We didn't know that scrape stuff had an official name to it. I'm sorry.
It does. It's fond. And it's just like with life. A lot of times before you find who you are, you get bumped, you get bruised, and you have a couple scrapes. So I used it as a metaphor. It kind of completed my whole journey, if you want to say. I'm from the bottom because if you look on a map or Google Mantua in Philadelphia, it's literally called the Black Bottom.
It's the bottom.
So I came from the bottom. And then my life and everything that it has thrown at me has caused me to have to pick myself back up. It's caused me to have to scrape and scratch to get to where I am. And as a result, my salt that I bring to anything, whether it's a room or an event, I season it. So I'm the fond.
You are the seasoning. So you're from Philly. Shout out to our Philly. You know how I roll.
Of course.
So So you're Philly. You were in the Air Force as well.
No. So my son is in the Air Force.
You were in the Army. You and Reggie in the Army. What am I thinking?
Right.
We're in the Army together. That's true.
Right.
Okay. So you meet him. You're in Colorado.
Say that one more time.
You go to Korea you meet Reggie again in Korea, correct?
Yes. So me and my husband met February the 12th, so 2 days before Valentine's Day, 1999 in Korea.
Gotcha. Okay. Where in your travels did you pick up a British accent? Is the only thing I want to know.
So that was formulated from, which most people don't know. I had a pen pal, and I still have one since 1987, and she's from Manchester in England. And we have been through our ups, we have been through our downs, a marriage, children, and we've always corresponded. So I picked up my British accent from my pen pal.
So and you were having high tea with Heather the other day.
Yes. And I brought out a little bit of my British accent. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know you did, and that was disturbing. When I was riding by, I was having a very good time. Can we talk to Heather for a moment, please?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
Hey, Mike.
Heather?
Yes, is the show back mine?
Yes, the show is yours. Well, I didn't know that Chef Ty really. I just thought she was breaking out the British accent for you with the high tea thing.
You know, I just heard that for the first time, too, so it's okay. We're learning new things, but I'm excited to be able to have her on the show today. And, we've got to figure out a way to be able to have people hear you on this, too, when we do these broadcasts from on location. But we'll figure it out as we go. But I'm excited to be here today and be able to have Chef Ty here with us. We actually had talked about so many different things, and I apologize, we are in the city, so you're going to hear sirens going on in the background. But so excited to be here. Chef Ty and I have talked about collaborating on a couple of different things. So one of the things that's coming up with Queen Bee and Company, I use this place also as an encouragement for people to pause during their day and take a minute to just breathe. It's important for our mental health to just have moments of stopping what we're doing, especially if we're getting anxious. Whenever you feel anxious, it's kind of that yellow light that's telling you to stop at the stoplight. The yellow light is anxiety that comes up in you so that you know, oh, something's happening. Let me just press the brakes. Let me stop what I'm doing for a minute and figure out what it is that's causing, what's triggering this. And so the tea room is that yellow light for everybody to be able to come in here and take a moment to just pause, breathe for a second, and really gather yourself in a comfortable, quiet space. I feel like I've created that in here, but I'm excited to be able to bring other people in here, and that's what Queen Bee and Company is. It's a hospitality collaboration to be able to offer space for other small businesses to come and promote what they're doing and rise together. I've told people since I started my platform, it's not just about me sharing my story or using my gifts and talents. It's about collaborating with other people. And it's so important in these days and times with the race issues, with competition issues, to put all that aside and communicate and have a conversation with someone that's different than you, and that you guys can be able to actually complement each other because you're not the same. And so that's what this is all about. So I'm really excited to have Ty here. Again, we met this weekend at a Boss Babes event. Yes, and she's been like a kindred spirit. I teased her the other day because of the live that she did with this British accent. Katrina, if you're on there watching in England, my friend that I grew up with as a young girl, she reminds me of your doppelganger. So you guys would hit it off great. And a little bit of background about that, too, is England is where I got my love for tea. So some of you guys know that I spent my summers in England. My stepmom's British. So I love all things England, all things British. My sister still lives out there. My younger sister, hey, Rebecca, if you're out there watching. But all of that stuff came together to have, like, authentic conversation this weekend. So tell us a little bit about, like, we talked a little bit before we went on the air, that this weekend you were supposed to you wanted to just provide the food, be done, and walk away. And it became a whole lot more than that. Yeah. So I'm going to pass the phone so people on the radio can hear you, too. But share a little bit about your experience this weekend at the Boss Babes event.
So this weekend, I was approached by the president of Boss Babes, Leah Coleman, and she was like, hey, Chef Ty, I really want to work with you. This is what I'm doing. Would you be able to provide the food for it? And in my head, I was like, okay, I'm just going to show up, I'm going to fix the food, and I'm going to leave. And Leah was so open and welcoming. And she was like, no, you don't have to. We want you to sit. We want you to be a part of it. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, okay. Because what most people that aren't around me don't know is that I have childhood hurt from females. So I don't open up to females as much. My trust issues with females are very, very bad. So when I feel like you're getting close to me, I will shut you off and I will push away. And this weekend, it just felt right. It felt different. And I've prayed and I've asked for the people who mean me no good to disappear, but to please align me with the people who are going to take me to that next level. So in me letting my guard down, I was able to forge better ways of learning how to let people in, overcome some things that I didn't even realize were still holding me back. And as a result, this weekend went from me dropping food off to me literally being there all day Friday and all day Saturday, and walking away with newfound friendships. And what that tells you is food is your common denominator. That's going to be your medium that's going to be able to either bring good or bad out in you. If it's really good, it'll make you stop and pause. And you'll be like, man, this tastes amazing. And then it opens up the table and the dialogue for you to be like, this reminds me of. Yeah. And that has been my gifting since I was a little child, is the form of hospitality and being able to bring people together. Yeah. It's taking me literally these last 5 years to understand my gift, to not be afraid of my gift, and to start walking in it. And as a result, in these last 5 years, my career has taken off, and the people who are meant to be around me are literally staying and elevating me to the next level.
Yeah, I love that. So we talked a little bit, too, about how food brings people together, how it's a common ground. Hospitality does that, too. So when you're in a group of people and you're sitting and talking, what are the main things that you need in life to survive? Well, you need food to survive, so that's one way to be able to bring people together. You need to be able to have community to survive. If you're by yourself on, a planet all by yourself, you're going to, just be lonely. It'll hurt your mental health. So mental health is so important, but bringing people together around a table actually helps your mental health because you're communicating and you're talking. And we talked so much this weekend. It was like having Red Table Talk. It was. We had a mix of different women. I tell people I'm from the Summit tribe because I've got some of this and some of that. I'm mixed with all these Filipino, Hawaiian, Dutch, English, German, Scottish, all these different things. So I brought a mutt to the table, We had black, we had white, we had mixed. It was just being able to put our nationalities and our demographics aside and just come and bring authentic conversation, talk about our strengths, talk about our weaknesses, and talk about how we can help each other, which brought Ty here to the tea room because I said, I cook out of necessity. I don't cook because I have a passion for it. I talk because I have a passion for helping people. But this hospitality collaboration is about bringing people in that have different gifts and talents than I do, that they can shine and they can rise together with me as we all help each other. So coming back to the tea room, the High Tea Society, which is a new membership here at Queen Bee & Company. Stay tuned. Make sure you're following Queen Bee & Company Richmond. You'll be able to see all the information, pictures, Facebook and Instagram, Queen Bee & Company Richmond. You'll be able to hear information about this new membership that I've got so that you can come in once a month. There'll be a special event where you can have wine tastings, buy the wine, have wonderful food which Chef Ty is going to be able to provide, and she'll pair it with whatever she's got going on. But just being able to bring different people together that have different gifts and talents to collaborate and to help other people not only be fed, but get maybe some emotional intelligence, some self-awareness, to share different stories and really have authentic conversation with people. So that's what this space is all about, is bringing people together. And I'm so excited about being able to do that. But there's so much more in the future here. Like, we've only hit just the beginning. So share a little bit about your experience with cooking. We talked a little bit about being a White House chef. Tell everybody a little bit about how this all started for you.
My start came when I was about 7. So I cooked my first Thanksgiving dinner from the meat to all the sides when I was 9 years old. Wow. Because my grandmother was like, I'm done, I'm tired, you're going to do it. Food, right. Food was not my love because I did it because I had to. So as a child, it was a chore. And then here's something else. Not many people know it, but when I decided to switch gears to become a chef officially, it was frowned upon because my great-grandmother, my grandmother, they were housemaids. I didn't grow up, I grew up in the hood, but my food and my introduction to food was that of the Jewish community because my great-grandmother was the maid to an affluent Jewish doctor in Philadelphia. So I grew up eating gefilte fish and knowing what kosher meats were. I didn't eat the packaged food from the neighborhoods. I didn't. So as a result, when I decided to leave nursing, because I am a nurse, and I'm a nurse in 3 states, and I was a nurse in the military. So when I left, that was the highlight. That was what I was supposed to do because you want a doctor, you want a lawyer. You don't want a chef. And a part of that is that the moniker that has been put on chefs, like celebrity, putting it in front of it, we forgot that we're servants, okay? If I serve you something that is not good for your palate, you don't have to pay for my service. You can badmouth me, and you can never look me up again. What I do is a service. What I do is biblical, because if I don't work, because I don't have a 9-to-5, I don't eat. I cannot provide for my family if I'm not cooking for someone. So I take what I do to heart, and I put everything that I have into it because it's who I am. Yeah. I chose to go away from soul food because, first, I wasn't born in the South. My grandparents ran from the South because it was a stigma of badness for them. My grandmother picked cotton in order for her to be able to go to high school. Wow. Okay, and we're talking in the 50s. So it's not that far removed that cotton was still being picked in order for just my grandmother, not my great-great, just my grandmother, to be able to make a life for herself and her child. Yeah. So when you think that it's not that far and it's in your face, my grandfather, when I was born, was 80 years old. Wow. So the stories that I heard, the food that I was introduced to made me go out when I came of age to find things that felt and resonated with me. So Indian food is my comfort. The warmness of the spices, the traditions that they use to pass down the food from one generation to another is reminiscent of what we used to do with our children. So I gravitated away from the baked macaroni and cheese and the collard greens and all of those things to go to slow roasted cooking, because it meant that I had to spend time and toil in what it was that I was doing. Because Indian food is about 14 spices. Most of them are hand-picked. They're freshly ground. You have to cultivate that. And in doing it, it cultivated my love for what I do now. Yeah. It rebirthed it.
I love that. So part of the wonderful thing about new friendships is being able to see the different layers. And this woman here, not only am I honored to be able to call friend because we're new friends, but she's got the whole Jane of all trades, and every woman does. There's not just one thing that you're good at. We all have so many different gifts and talents that are like a bouquet of flowers, and you just pick which one that you love the smell of the most, like that scent that just drives you. Part of my platform, as we talk about mental health awareness, also has a little bit of fashion infused. And this place, Queen Bee & Company, has that little bit of fashion infused because you've got the designers on the wall. I have a picture of Marilyn Monroe and Queen Elizabeth. We've got so many different things that are part of who Heather Marie is, which is part of my platform. But we also do collaborations here with VA Style Magazine and with RVA Fashion Week. And shout out to those guys who are part of both of those platforms, Jimmy Budd and Ryan Asia and Ashley Jefferson. There's just so many amazing people that have been brought together that are collaborating and doing things together to shine and rise together. And that's how we all can live our best life, is being able to do that. But I just loved that you have so many different gifts and talents, but your passion was cooking. And people can taste that, because when we had your food, I was just having I don't know if you guys have seen the kids' movie Ratatouille, but it was like taking a moment and just tasting this food that she's got. You could taste the love. You could taste the seasoning. You could taste the time and the effort that she put into it. It was just, it was a wonderful experience to be able to try her food, to meet her, to have authentic conversation. She helped me. Some of her story actually triggered things in me that made me think, oh my gosh, I can totally relate to that, and I didn't even think about it that way. So when you have conversations with people that are different than you, that you just give it the time and the opportunity to really just say, okay, I'm going to give this a shot, just like you did. And I didn't even know I was going there. It was just kind of like Leah had invited me to come too, and it was a happenstance last minute, okay, I'll come. Being willing and open to meet new people and to have authentic conversations where you take the masks off and you just talk. And let it go. Let it flow. Learn about each other. Talk about each other. You never know what you can not only find out about somebody new, but find out about yourself. And it's just a wonderful thing to have met you and to see where God takes our journeys together and separately, and being able to collaborate in different ways that we have those different gifts and talents. So it's pretty awesome. Mike, are you still there on the other line? I know he's just letting us talk. I think we're going to go to commercial in a little bit, but I can't tell what time it is. I think it's 2:20. Al, do we need to run to a commercial? There's silence on the other end. Somebody keep talking until someone interrupts me. But again, I'm so glad to be able to have this time with you here on our Community Spotlight and on the radio on a Heather Marie Speaks talk show on the Mic with Mike, WJFN. We are excited about different things that we've talked about, not just the High Tea Society, but also being able to help with the launch of, and I hear music in the background. Maybe he did take us to commercial. I think he did. So we're still live on social media.
Hey, Bernice.
Hey, Nat.
What's new?
Hopefully everything.
Sounds like you want to take two.
Sounds about right.
Are you looking to reset, recharge, and relaunch your life?
Maybe things didn't go exactly as planned.
Tune in every Monday at 2:30 p.m.
for our take on your Take Two.
Make it better the second time around. Take Two with Bernice and Nat on the Mic with Mike, Mondays at 2:30, right here on WJFN.
Hi, I'm Nicole Reed, CEO of Nicole Reed Real Estate and Associates, and I would like to help you build wealth through real estate. We are a full-service firm offering services to both individuals and businesses in residential and commercial real estate, property management, and credit repair. Let us help you get started or add to your portfolio today. We're not rated one of the top agents in Richmond, Tri-Cities area by accident. We are intentional in redefining real estate to serve the best interest of all people. Contact us today at 804-721-7630 to get started. You can also reach us at NicoleReedRealEstate.com and email us at info@NicoleReedRealEstate.com. We look forward to serving you with all your real estate needs.
Nicole Reed Real Estate Inc. is licensed in the Commonwealth of Virginia and is independently owned, powered by eXp Realty. NRRE Property Services and Build Credit LLC are independently owned, licensed in the Commonwealth of Virginia and are affiliated companies with Nicole Reed Real Estate Inc.
Hi, I'm Tom Childry, the credit card guy with Beyond. I believe it should not be confusing or expensive for your business to accept credit cards. As a social enterprise business advocate, my mission gets you paid faster with fair rates, helping your business grow. We can be contacted at area code 804-503-8472, 804-503-8472, or at getbeyond.com. Again, I'm Tom Childry, the credit card guy. Quick, easy collect. We make it easier than you expect.
Hanley Watches is the must-have, stylish, comfortable, and versatile timepiece for the person who values quality. Hanley offers sophisticated, modern designs that inspires confidence and generates conversation. Contact us today for the On the Mic with Mike promo. Hanley Watches is the official timepiece of Mike King Biz and On the Mic with Mike. Connect with us at HanleyWatches.com today.
HANDLEY, HanleyWatches.com.
Are you tired of dating online? Bloom Matchmaking offers a safe and effective alternative. Every match is vetted and background checked. Bloom Matchmaking offers a personalized experience just for you. Check us out at bloommatchmaking.com or give us a call at 804-205-5063. Let Bloom take the stress out of dating. Mention On the Mic with Mike and receive 20% off. That number again is 804-205-5063. Bloom Matchmaking, where love grows.
Welcome to Miss Gurley's, conveniently located at 4809 Parker Street in the heart of Fulton. We take food back to the basics, just like our grandmother, Gurley Frances Crump, used to do it, the way we've always done it. So grab your family, grab your friends, and come taste a little bit of home. Open for business 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
On the Mic with Mike, the best business radio program in the game.
There's a business show in RVA. On the Mic with Mike in RVA.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back to On the Mic with Mike. We are with Heather Marie Speaks and Chef Ty Nella. Yo, Chef Ty, this is in honor of you. Shout out to our folks right there.
Yeah. Hey, guys.
Hold on one
back.
second.
Go ahead.
This is for Chef Ty.
Yes, hold on. Chef Ty.
Chef Ty, this is in honor of you. Here we go.
It's music. Uh-huh. Rocky.
The Rocky theme. Chef Ty, why are we playing the Rocky theme?
Because I ran up the steps for one of my cooking shows. I ran up the steps, and then I did the signature box and hand raise, and I'm doing it right now like I'm on the steps. But like you can see me. But I did, so yeah.
Shout out to your all your success. Heather Marie Speaks. I'm sorry, go ahead. I just got excited with that, and I had to drop that in.
Hey, Mike.
So, okay, so Heather, let's talk a little about the Queen Bee in the tea room really quickly.
Yeah.
So I'm not very cultured.
Okay.
I've seen some things, but explain to Al and I what high tea is, and is high tea different than just regular tea, and
It
not
is.
Lipton's tea?
It absolutely is very different than Lipton tea. So, and you know what? Everybody that's watching on social media, Mike King, the biz guru, actually came and visited the tea room on the grand opening. So I'm excited. Thank you so much for coming.
And the tea was outstanding. Plus, the company was cool too. Shout out to
cool company,
shout out to
beautiful
your sister.
environment, great tea. It was wonderful. But yeah, high tea. Okay, so let's take it back to my childhood in England when I learned about high tea. And fun fact, Heather, with a little bit of fashion infused, was actually a tomboy growing up. So I did not dress girly when I was younger. I was very, just comfortable, hung out with the boys, raced the boys. Those were my friends, my buddies. But I got more feminine as I got older. But while we were in England, my stepmother, who's British, taught us all things about England, taught us all things about high tea and how to be a lady and be proper. And so tea time traditionally is a 4 o'clock thing that we did in England. Now, some people will have tea time at 2 o'clock because it's just something they need a little caffeine boost during the day. And regular afternoon tea is just tea with some biscuits, as they call it in England, which is cookies or a cake. It's a very light afternoon tea. You have Earl Grey traditionally in England. They also have some other teas out there, but Earl Grey is the most traditional one. Royal tea is what I serve here from Fortnum & Mason, and also Queen Anne tea, but it's just a black tea that you'll have with a little bit of cream and sugar, and you'll have a small little cake or cookie with it. High tea is actually a more hearty meal, and so the high tea that I serve here is $30 per person. It's a tower of tea sandwiches, desserts, fruits, and you get a scone. So you leave here very full. You don't go home and have dinner. It's a meal, and you get a pot of tea as well. So it's an experience that you can come and have with friends. This tea room originally only did high tea. What I've done is I've changed it into more of a European cafe so that if you don't want to come for such a filling meal, you can come and have a cup of tea just by itself. We have the 5 different teas from England that I ship in from Fortnum & Mason. Most are black teas, but I do have a chai tea and some fruit teas as well. And then you can order from Maggie's Cupcake Cafe. She brings her things in. She's one of the hospitality collaborations because she loves to bake. I do not. So she brings those in, and you taste the love from her baked goods. She brings in cupcakes, scones, chocolate chip cookies, a drunken rum cake. So every week she's going to bring in new, fresh baked goods. And you can come in and just have tea and a dessert. Or you can have tea in one of my sandwiches, which is a full-size sandwich. There's a English egg salad sandwich, an English cucumber sandwich, or an English ham and cheese sandwich. So I keep it simple, but there's different tiers that you can have with tea time. A light tea, tea by itself, or a high tea. And if you're coming hungry, you will leave full. So that is the difference there, Mike.
Okay, now, that's good so that, we'll definitely know.
Yeah.
Definitely know, because people would want to know. So explain to the ambiance that you had here. You really feel like you're in England. How did you get that? How were you able to pull that off? And how were you able to pull this thing together? Because we always talk about people making dreams come true.
Yeah. So how I was able to pull it off, really, I give all credit and honor to God because He's given me different gifts and talents to be able to pull all the different things I love into one space. And anybody who knows me, who's been to my house, I'm half country, half city girl. So my house is on 2 acres of land. I've got a little mini farm. I call it the Queen Bee Cottage, and I make products from there. I've been making products since I've gotten the house and actually sell it here. So there's goat's milk soap. There is beeswax candles, which purifies the air. It's self-care products. I also make a honey sugar scrub that helps to clean and detox and exfoliate your skin, your hands, your face, and it's all natural products. Like you could literally eat what I make, but you don't need to do that. So don't eat the products, but they are all natural. And so in my house, even though I'm in a farmhouse per se, it's a cozy cottage, and there's still an English flair in there. So I put it to the credit of God giving us the ability to be able to bring my dad's person, who was my stepmom. He found his person later in life, and they moved to England. She took us to all the castles in England. She showed us bed and breakfast in the countryside. So there was so much traveling that I did as a young girl that I think it just resonated in me, and that became part of what I loved. And I saw things that I loved when I was younger that were country, and I saw things that I loved that were very English and classy and high-end. So when you come into my space, you'll smell a cozy, welcoming cinnamon, which is from my house. They're the same candles that I burn at the house. But you'll look around and you'll see a lot of high-end antique furniture, but also comfortable furniture. Like this couch is vintage, but you can come and you just be comfortable and sit down. I called this like the Friends meets Tiffany, Breakfast at Tiffany's section. We've got Tiffany on the wall and Audrey Hepburn from Breakfast at Tiffany's. So there's a vibe in here that is elegant yet comfortable and cozy. And it's a space where you can come and feel relaxed and feel like it's beautiful to look at, but you're comfortable to be able to sit and just enjoy the time. And it all, like I said, goes back from the time I was a child all the way up to, growing up. I do have a wall of fame, which Ty will be on as well as Mike. moments in my life that have been significant, whether it was meeting someone. I have pictures of me as a child in England with my sister.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
that was
pictures.
pretty cool to show your sister that in an English tea room.
Yes. Yeah, she was part of that experience with me. My stepmom and her mother actually taught us how to have tea time, so that's on the wall. I've also got RVA Fashion Week on the wall, my kids on the wall. I talked last week about Pat Hull, who had just recently passed away, but it was a huge staple in Richmond. He is gracing the wall as well. So that wall is very large, and we'll have many, many pictures on it of monumental moments, because that's what life is about. It's not about everything that we get. It's not about the number of breaths we take, but the moments that take our breath away, and that's what the picture says on the wall. So I want to be able to share that with people that come in here.
So the other day I saw down at the Queen Bee, I saw it must have been the money shot. So I see you,
yes,
Jimmy Budd, Ashley. Who else was in that picture?
Ryan Asia and Stephen Adkins. I've also got Bo Brown on there because he helped when I came in here and cleared out this space. There was a lot of hard work that needed to be done, and we did it. So there's definitely some money shots on the wall. There's going to be a whole RVA Fashion Week collage that's going to go on there. I have the pictures printed out, but I just haven't finished putting all the pictures on the wall in that section. But it's a pretty cool thing to be able to have people come in. I share a little bit of me so that they don't, see just the surface level of what they judge from the outside, but they see the heart and the inside of what brought me to this place and all of the different memories that have led me to this place in my life.
Already, the time's 2:44. Heather Marie Speaks is here with us. We have to go away for a moment. We'll be back on the other side. And when we come back, we're going to talk about, so your girl Chef Ty is coming here with us in a couple weeks. And we're going to talk a little bit about her visit there and all the things that she has going on. So, ladies and gentlemen, Heather Marie Speaks at Queen Bee, Mike King, Al Green here at the radio station. Chef Ty is there with Heather. This is the way it's done here. The best in the business. On the mic with Mike, Heather Marie Speaks. That's because that's what she does. That's not her name.
It's just what I do.
That's what she do. All right, we'll talk to you on the other side.
Thank you. All right, guys, we're going.
Hi, this is Sarah Lynn Bagby with J. Bella Photography, where you get more than just a photo, you get an experience. We are a traveling photography company that also specializes in hair and makeup, and we do everything from weddings, events, and portraits for our clients. So we hope to see you in the new year, 2021. You can find us on Facebook at JBella, that's JBELLA RVA. You can also find us on Instagram at JBella, JBELLA_photography RVA.
Welcome to Miss Gurley's, conveniently located at 4809 Parker Street in the heart of Fulton. We take food back to the basics, just like our grandmother, Gurley Frances Crump, used to do it, the way we've always done it. So grab your family, grab your friends, and come taste a little bit of home. Open for business 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
Hanley Watches is the must-have, stylish, comfortable, and versatile timepiece for the person who values quality. Hanley offers sophisticated, modern designs that inspires confidence and generates conversation. Contact us today for the On the Mic with Mike promo. Hanley Watches is the official timepiece of Mike King Biz and On the Mic with Mike. Connect with us at HanleyWatches.com today.
HANDLEY, HanleyWatches.com.
Hi, I'm Nicole Reed, CEO of Nicole Reed Real Estate and Associates, and I would like to help you build wealth through real estate. We are a full-service firm offering services to both individuals and businesses in residential and commercial real estate, property management, and credit repair. Let us help you get started or add to your portfolio today. We're not rated one of the top agents in Richmond, Tri-Cities area by accident. We are intentional in redefining real estate to serve the best interest of all people. Contact us today at 804-721-7630 to get started. You can also reach us at NicoleReedRealEstate.com and email us at info@NicoleReedRealEstate.com. We look forward to serving you with all your real estate needs.
Nicole Reed Real Estate Inc. is licensed in the Commonwealth of Virginia and is independently owned, powered by eXp Realty. NRRE Property Services and Build Credit LLC are independently owned, licensed in the Commonwealth of Virginia and are affiliated companies with Nicole Reed Real Estate Inc.
Hey guys, this is Robin with DB Arcade Commercial Video and Photography. If you need creative visual content for social media or traditional advertising, then we're the team you want working for you. We create custom ROI-driven videos and photography for your business, no matter what products or services you offer. We've worked with local newspapers, gyms, real estate agents, financial advisors, clothing companies, restaurants, and more. For more information, check us out on our website at db-arcade.com.
I enjoy listening to On the Mic with Mike every day at 1 p.m.
Hey everyone, it's Heather Marie Van Cleve with Heather Marie Speaks, and I'm on the mic with Mike on WJFN Radio Thursdays from 2 to 2:30 p.m., bringing encouragement, education, and empowerment for mental health awareness with a little bit of fashion infused. Join me every Thursday from 2 to 2:30. I'll see you then.
When Heather Marie speaks, you should be listening. On the Mic with Mike, weekdays 1 to 3 on WJFN 92.7 and 100.5 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike. We're here with Heather Marie Speaks. She's there with Chef Ty.
Hey.
So, okay, Heather, it's on you. What would you like to touch on?
Yeah, we're going to just recap with Ty about things to come and what she's doing, what she's involved in. So, Ty, share with us a little bit about some of your ideas with even here with the High Tea Society, as well as what you're doing with your food truck and what you're doing with all things with your whole platform as well. So I'm going to give the mic back over to you.
This is Chef Ty again. So, some of the things that birthed out of the pandemic that I do have going on. My cooking show airs on a platform called Taste on TV. There is an app that you can download to your phone via Apple or Samsung or Android, and then also on Roku TV. You can just add the channel. It was birthed really out of turning on cooking shows and not seeing anyone that kind of looks like you. Right. Because we know we cook, we're just not highlighted. And it's a stigma behind it that no one really realized, that we are hard to work with. And I'm not talking from a female or a male point of view, but just in general. People who naturally have more melanin tend to be harder to work with, right? So that's Latinos, that's blacks, that's anybody that doesn't look like Guy Fieri, is what we'll say, because we tend to be not marketable, or so they say. And this came about. So not to really go into all that, but I have a show. It's called From the Bottom of the Pot. It has a prime time time slot of 7 o'clock on Thursdays. And we're going to be, and we're segueing into that. So I want to do a version of high tea in Richmond, like our own form of Bridgerton or in Virginia. Yeah. And we're going to do a play off of the high tea with a little bit of fish and chips. Yes. And just all things that are English foods. Yeah. Because what pandemic did for me was it caused me to cook around the world. Yeah. Right? So I couldn't travel, but that didn't mean that I had to stay here. So I traveled through our food. Yeah. Right? So with me, everything goes back to food. That's the TV show. The food truck is getting ready to come out. Spring is about to hit us within a few weeks. So the middle of February, we're going to roll out the truck. My truck has foods that are me, and it has foods that are my husband, with a sprinkle of our children's influence, right? Because let's face it, when we cook, we have to cook for the little people in our life. We are very fortunate that we have 3 adult children at this point.
Can you?
Right?
Oh, Chef Ty, this is Mike. Sorry about that. Can you brag on? Let's brag on your kids for a minute. We got to do that.
That's what I was getting ready to do.
Okay.
So I have 3 amazing adults. Right. My oldest child is autistic, but my baby makes dog treats. So he's his own person, and he will get out there and tell you exactly how he feels. He graduated from Positive Vibes, which is a a hospitality-driven restaurant in Richmond that highlights children with disabilities. And it was birthed out of his son wanted to work in the restaurant, and no one wanted to give him a chance. So he opened up one for his son to work in. He was like, well, here, you have your own. And then they do these programs for other children that are disabled to go through, and they have a whole graduation ceremony, and my son graduated from that.
That's an outstanding program. We shot the TV show over there for the good folks over at Positive Vibes.
I love them. Then my daughter is a rising senior. Can't even believe it's been that, like, those 4 years. It's Spelman. And her major is psychology right now. So, like, mental health, like, that's something that we don't realize, some of the things that we do and how it affects our children. My daughter is like, she is the biggest advocate for, Mom, you need to know your worth, add tax, and then charge accordingly. Like, stop letting people take advantage of you. She told me this when she was 16. She's now 21. She was like, you need to get with it or get left behind. And I'm saying it to you, and you're my mom. I love it. And then my son, my baby boy, who's 19, he decided, Mom, college isn't for me, and I'm not going to waste your time, your money, or my time. And he decided to go in the Air Force, something we never thought was going to happen. And by him being a baby, he was it. Like, we all doted, right? Pandemic happened, so he left home at 18. He's since turned 19 without us seeing him. Right when he was getting ready to graduate from basic, the pandemic shut everything down. He was the first graduating class that had to wear masks and couldn't have any family. Like, the class literally the week before him, family was there, and then for him, he had nobody.
Wow.
Then he gets sent to his tech school, which was still in Texas, and they were like, oh, well, maybe things are lightening up, and then for the door to slam in his face again, and we can't even go see him at tech school. And his first duty station is Japan, right? So now he's 19, he's never been away from home, and now he's in Japan trying to forge his way through life, and that's a 2-year duty. Yeah. So I won't see my son again until he's 21.
Wow.
Okay, so that was like a real big blow, and it was like, you know, it had me spiral. Like, I didn't cook for like 2 weeks, and I couldn't because I'm like, my family isn't together. Yeah. And that's another thing that we don't realize when it comes to our mental state. And then in our community, we're taught not to talk about it. You just put it on your back and you carry it, and that elephant, it just changes colors in front of your eyes in the room. It doesn't become pink. It's purple. Now it's rainbow. The damn thing that started walking around the room, dropping off little elephant babies. And what that is generational hurts that are just growing in front of you because you refuse to address it. Yeah. And go ahead.
One of the things so for folks who don't know, Chef Ty is out there making things happen. You and Reggie are hustling, making big things happen. You know, congratulations to you on the success. I remember sitting at, shout out to Mom Michelle Wilson. Shout out to Chef Michelle. When we were talking to you, you had the vision of what you wanted to do. And you're living, making it happen.
Big shout out to Chef Michelle. When COVID hit, she called my husband and she gave him a way for us to still be able to pay our bills. Oh, wow. Okay? Speaking of a selfless person who, if she sees that you have something, she doesn't put you to the side. She gives you a place for you to shine. And that was another relationship. We're both Philly girls, you know, and at the same time, she was just like, no, y'all need some work. You need some money. You need to be able to pay your bills. I need some help. Let's work together. Yeah. Love her.
But now, then you turned it around and bring the White House guy to Mama Michelle's Cafe.
Of course. So
now that's the way it works.
What happened is I started doing tours, right? I got picked up with Taste of Philadelphia, Taste of Lancaster, and Taste of Atlantic City. And in my travels, I met a chef named Guy Mitchell. He is the head of the White House Chef Tours. And the only thing I could think of to give back to Michelle was to bring him there and let him taste her food, so that way, if nothing else, that stamp of White House approved would be on her because she opened the door for us. Yeah. And then in return, since, you know, you wanted to tap into it, I've already talked to him, and he's going to do the same thing here. And he is going to don this place, and he is going to give blessing, and we're going to have high tea and have stories of different scenes from what he's done in the White House. And all it is about relationships. And the key in that word is not the relation, but it's the ships. The ships are meant to sail away from us, right? And they're meant to pick up different people at different parts and ports in their life and bring them back. And it's up to you to make sure that you have a clear dock for them to land. And then when they come back, they bring their stories to you. Now, what we said this weekend was access. That was the key word for 2021 is access. And even with you, Mike, everybody is not meant to have access to your platform, right? And we have to understand that with each new hike that we take, we have to give out the tickets for the people that are meant to come to us. Because if we continue to let every single person in, someone is going to weigh us down.
Man, boy, you making being from Philly, but I'm kind of proud. Look at you.
I mean, it's the truth. Like, we have to own our greatness. And in owning it, it will come off to arrogance to someone else. But that's because they're looking at it through eyes of jealousy, right? They're not looking at it through the eyes that God gave them. And we have to understand that access to who we are and where we are in life is only meant for a certain few. Yeah. And in that, you be mindful. There's a book called Who's Holding My Ladder? And I always talk about reading it because the same people who helped you get to where you are, you may have to turn around and help them along the way. And if you don't, and if you lose sight of who's holding your ladder, they'll walk away and it will start to get shaky. So that when you do start getting to the top of where you're supposed to be, that's where pride comes. Yeah. That's where that fall is coming.
That is true.
Because you're not tending to your ladder.
All right, Chef Ty. We got times 2:59 on the mic with Mike. Chef Ty. Chef Ty, how can people find you really quickly?
You can find me on IG at Chef Ty Hall, and that right now is the only platform that I have, which is perfect. IG, Chef Ty Hall, TYEHALL.
All right, tell Reggie I said hey. Heather Marie Speaks.
Hey, Mike.
Okay, we got 20 seconds.
20 seconds. Well, don't miss the Heather Marie Speaks talk show on Thursdays at 2 o'clock, and find me on the social media at Heather Marie Speaks.
And Queen
Thanks,
B.
guys.
Queen B, really quickly.
Oh, yes, Queen Bee and Company. Don't forget to come visit 21 West Main Street. Open Tuesdays through Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're out. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Listening to WJFN
All right, take care.
Richland, WJFN Chester.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott. Senators Lindsey Graham is urging Democrat leaders to drop their plans for an impeachment trial against President Trump. Correspondent Bob Agnew with that story.
Senator Graham is urging President-elect Biden to convince leading Democrats to abandon their pursuit of another Trump impeachment trial. Senator Graham used a series of tweets to call for Biden to intervene after the House on Wednesday voted to again impeach the president. Graham tweets, quote, "It is now time for President-elect Biden to rise to the occasion and instruct his party to call off post-presidential impeachment proceedings." Graham has also been urging GOP colleagues to vote against a conviction should the Senate once again put the president on trial. Bob Agnew reporting.
All through downtown Washington, D.C., the primary sound now for several weeks is the beeping of forklifts unloading more fencing. The FBI is warned of armed protest in all 50 state capitals and in the nation's capital for the days leading up to the inauguration of President-elect Joe Biden. Much of the most visible security will be in the form of more than 15,000 National Guardsmen from multiple states. Also at townhall.com, lawmakers introduced a bill to award a Capitol police officer the Congressional Gold Medal for defending them during the riots last week.
A bipartisan group of lawmakers have introduced a bill to award Capitol Police Officer Eugene Goodman the Congressional Gold Medal for his role in protecting lawmakers against the mob of rioters that breached the U.S. Capitol. Representatives Nancy Mace, a South Carolina Republican, and Democrats Emmanuel Cleaver of Missouri and Charlie Crist of Florida introduced the bill, saying Goodman deserves Congress's highest civilian honor after he was captured in photos and videos leading rioters away from the entrance to the Senate chamber during the riot. Mace said in a statement that Goodman's actions were heroic and represented the best of law enforcement. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
And on Wall Street, stocks higher, the Dow up 51 points, the NASDAQ ahead 41. More at townhall.com.
In 19